Xin chào everybody, welcome back. You're watching Vietnam Steve, and I've got a good one for you today. It's a little bit earlier than normal this morning, and we've got a cloudy, overcast day, so a little dark, but the sun is on the way, and a great day's ahead. So, wanted to talk to you today just a little bit about debunking retirement. We always hear about finishing our work life, getting to a certain age, and actually doing something else with our lives. But is there such a thing as retirement, or does life just go on? So have a think about that, and I'll give you 3 things that I think actually debunk retirement. All right, first things first, let's get into it. When we talk about retirement, I guess everybody thinks it's about finishing their work life, having those 40 hours a week spare, and doing something else with the grandkids. But in the reality of where we are now, it's hardly the case. I mean, most people don't finish on a set day and get the gold watch. They seem to move to some other form of money making, and that could include part-time work, so cutting back to 4 days a week instead of 5 days a week, or it might even be pursuing a passion, using your talent to do something else that's not been your main source of income throughout your life. We have got a bit of a breeze here today, so hopefully not picking up too much of that. So, is there such a thing as retiring? And what does it actually mean? I mean, for me, it's just about, that's what everybody wants to hear. What are you doing now, Vietnam Steve? Oh, well, you know, I'm semi-retired, living in Vietnam. But the reality is, for me, my life's just going on. I'm doing what I wanted to do when I wanted to do it. I haven't had an employer for half a decade. I'm sort of a self-employed part-time consultant when I feel like it. And so the concept of retiring or stopping work is really something that's a bit foreign to me. So probably one thing in debunking retirement is that we don't have that hard and fast finish anymore. It's more of a gradual slide into something that's a little bit more enjoyable. What do you think? All right, boys, look, before I go on, I can't believe 60% of you aren't subscribed. Come on, boys, smash that subscribe button. That's the only way I know you get access to the latest entertainment, and it's really going to help the channel. So I was flabbergasted when I saw those statistics. So come on, boys, hit that subscribe button. So secondly, I'm just trying to think of any of my friends that have actually quit work on Friday and gone to the garden on Monday. I've got one colleague, he does similar to me, a little bit of consulting and advisory work now and again. I've got other friends that have made a YouTube channel and make a bit of coin out of that. I've got other people that have become family carers. It's not the right word, but they look after the grandchildren to save on childcare expenses. So retirement, as it used to be, you know, back in my parents' day, doesn't seem to exist anymore. It's been debunked. People just move on with their life, fill out their 40 hours with something different. So the first thing is we're not having that cut over from full-time work to zero-time work. The second thing is people are having a second life. They're actually doing something with those last 30 years that's special to them and important. So filling out the days hasn't been a problem. The other thing we hear about retirement is that we're going to go on world trips and just spend our money down and do nothing every day, but look at the horizon. I don't see that happening either. People do take trips, obviously. They've earned it and they deserve it. But I just don't see people floating around on cruise ships for 6 to 9 months of the year. Most people have got a bunch of activities in their life that are making it even probably more fulfilling than their original life. Let me know in the comments if you've finished on Friday and gone to the garden on Monday. The other thing is bit embarrassed here because I'm doing the slow walk and I've got some wide ladies doing a run. The other thing is, let me know what your plans are. So if you've got plans for retirement that include some activity that's completely different, put that in the comments. I'd be really interested to know, because I really think retirement's been debunked. I've had to dodge the rain here. The overcast day has become a rainy day. Look, the second thing that I want to talk about with debunking retirement was, in the old days when my parents retired, your work was your life. That's not so much the case these days. People seem to have a number of lives. And so if your work is your life and then you stop working, your life stops. And so it's important to make sure you've got hobbies and outlets outside of your work life that'll continue on when you reach that retirement that everybody's talking about. So in the course of debunking retirement, it's really about how your work life was before you got to that age or that time of life or that new thing that you're doing that's called retirement, because sometimes it won't feel like retirement at all. I know for me, I haven't, had a corporate job for half a decade. So moving from my life to another life called retirement is very, very easy. So when it comes to debunking retirement, it's not what it used to be. I know in some places women retire at 50 years of age, which is completely different to where I am here. But there's a good 30 years ahead of you if you're retiring at 50, and a 50-year-old woman is a great thing. So, is retirement really a thing anymore? I mean, if you're quitting a job and you're living your best life from 50 to the end of life, is that retirement or is that your actual life? And the period before that was something else. I don't know. Stick with me. I'm just going to poke my nose out and see if I can get out in the fresh air. Well, I'm in the fresh air, but get out in the rain. And I might show you a couple of the sites here before I go. So this fella here is an ibis, but they like to get into the trash cans, which we call bins here. And so these guys are often called bin chickens because they love to get into the bin and eat the trash. This fella's come to see what I'm doing. So look, to wrap it up for you today, I really think we can debunk this thing called retirement. I don't think it's a thing anymore. Probably comes about from something in the 50s and 60s when people used to work in one job for a long period of time and then go home and die. Now it's people sort of quit what they're doing in one job and do something else. The other thing with the advent of the interweb is that a lot of people's hobbies can now become money makers for them. So while they're retired from the corporate life, they making some pocket money in retirement. So are they really retired? For me, retirement is having freedom. So it's not being tied to the man. It's not being having to do something on a set schedule. It's that freedom. So rather than calling it our retirement years, maybe we should call it our freedom years. Thanks for sticking with me. I think you know where I'm going. I'm at the age of retirement, but I think it's been debunked because I don't feel retired. I feel like I'm just living life, but doing different things. I'd love to know what you're planning to do in retirement and how far you are off from doing that, because that gives me ideas on things that I might want to do as well. Thanks for joining. Stay frosty, and I'll see you in the next one.